Hey guys, it's Megan. I'm having technical difficulties tonight because I just sat here for 18 minutes and talked to you guys. Sadly, you'll never see that video because my my webcam kept cutting off and on, and, well, it said it aborted the uplink. That there's my chirping cup. Ironic that there's birds on it. It was from Bass Pro Shop or Outdoor World or whatever, but whenever I drink out of it with that particular lid, it chirps at me, so I don't know. So, I've been away from doing videos for about a week or so. I was participating in an online tournament type deal with a casino RPG game that I play. Don't worry, it wasn't real money, and it was just a 3-day thing, and then the days leading up to it, I was trying to do events so that I could get enough money so that I would have money to play with. So, my group that I was involved with, the blue team, we won. So, it was my first war. It was fun. I've done a battle before. The battle lasts 24 hours. The war lasts 72 hours. So, you constantly have to play these, like, 5 or 6 games. It started at 7 p.m. one night, and every night after 7 p.m. for 3 days, you'd have to restart everything that you did. Basically, it starts a new day, so you have to do everything all over again. So, it was kind of, monotonous at times, but you do all the events, and then you try to better your score, or at least I did, and I'm a perfectionist when it comes to that. Unfortunately, I'm not very lucky when it comes to roulette or, blackjack, that's for sure. But, anyways, let's see. I saw 2 pretty decent movies this week. Both of them involved, marriages, and, one almost was a divorce. It was a movie called Addicted. I watched that. I found it on Netflix. Pretty good. It was dealing with an addiction and how it takes its toll on a marriage, and how addiction and goes hand in hand with the vows and sickness and health because it's considered a sickness. And then another one I watched, the movie Wild with Reese Witherspoon. It was pretty good. Her life just basically was out of control, and too many things, bad things had happened. Things were coming at her from all directions, and she decided to walk the Pacific Northwest Trail, which is from the border of Mexico to the border of Canada. It took her a little over 4 years to do it, and she was able to grieve her mother's death, her marriage that ended, her addiction, or she was addicted to drugs. She was able to, loving herself again and finding herself, and then when she was finished with it, within a couple years, or a few years, she was able to find love and open herself up to it, and she had a family, and it was just pretty good. I really enjoyed it. That is one that I can tell you that I'd love to read the book too, because a lot of times when you have a book and then there's a movie, usually if I'm interested in it, I'll read the book and then watch the movie. Well, this one I saw the movie, so I can only imagine that the book's got to be better than the movie. So maybe I'll get that and read it. But yeah, that was a pretty good one. HBO had it on last week, and I watched it. But I'm sure you could buy it, rent it, borrow it. You could see it somewhere. It's worth a watch. It's an adventure that captures you, and you get drawn into it, and it's really good. Let's see. Big Brother last week. Julia wound up going home. This week, it looks like the HOH is probably Vanessa. I believe it's Vanessa, and she put Steve and Johnny Mac on the block. And I believe that when the power of veto comes around, that Johnny Mac will be able to win it and take himself off, which, in a way, I'm kind of hoping Vanessa puts up Austin or Liz. Pretty much, those are kind of her only options at this point. So, if she puts Austin up, then Liz will still be in the house, or if she puts Liz up, then either way, they're going to vote for the other one to stay, so I don't know how that'll work itself out. Um, Due to the NFL schedule, we will have Big Brother on Sunday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday night of this week for an hour apiece, and then Sunday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday next week. Sunday and Tuesday will be hour-long. Wednesday of the next week, not this coming up week, but the week after, it'll be an hour and a half. During that time, we will find out who won this season of Big Brother. So stay tuned. It should be really good. What else? Last night, we were watching, well, Jamie was watching the NC State game, and I watched a little bit of it, but I was mostly doing my online tournament thing, and NC State won. So that's his college team. Unfortunately, today, his NFL team, the Raiders, they lost their first game of the season. So just because they lost it doesn't mean that their season's off. I mean, that's off to a bad start, but that doesn't mean that they're going to be like that the whole season. That just means that they need to get it together and know that now we're not in preseason games, so therefore it actually counts if they win or if they lose. It's not just let's see how you look out on the field. I don't know. Oh, my Red Sox, Big Poppy hit his, is it 500th home run? 500th home run today, and I wish, or not today, this week, over the weekend, and I wish I had gotten to see it. So I could probably see clips of it. I saw when he was like 497, 495, but, you know, that's awesome that he hit his 500th. Anytime I actually hear him speak, I can barely understand him. His accent is so thick, but, you know, he's a pretty decent player. He's pretty good. I mean, there's times where he gets up to bat, and you know that unless there's, you know, several of them on base, he's probably not going to hit it. But when you have a couple of them lined up on base, and then he hits it, you get like 2 or 3 points all at once, and that's kind of cool. He's pretty good at that. Let's see. Unfortunately, my Red Sox did not make it to the World Series this year. You know, just because we did it, was it 2 years ago? Or was it last year? No, it wasn't last year. It was two. It's been 2 years. Did they do it last year? Okay, then it was 2 years ago because we were together and we've been together for just hit 3 years. So it was 2 years ago. Then after they won the World Series, mind you, it was like a free-for-all for all the people there that were the ones that had won it for them. I guess they were hot commodities because all of a sudden we just kept we kept trading our guys. They kept, you know, either putting them on the, what do you want to call it, what is it called? We released them on the chopping block?
Trading block.
On the trading block, chopping block. What am I? It's not a food competition. The trading block, and like all the ones that actually won the game for us aren't even on the team anymore. I mean, granted, Big Poppy still is, but he won the World Series with help from others. So, I don't know. I'm just, I'm not happy with the way they played, but at the same time, I hope that that's not going to be the only Red Sox game I ever, you know, the only World Series games that the Red Sox went to that I'll ever see, because some of those teams you hear they don't make it back to the World Series for like 50 years. By the time I'm 50, I'll be lucky if I remember my name. Not a good thing, I'll tell you that. Okay, got behind a little bit on some of my shows that we watch in the evening times. Master Chef with Gordon Ramsay. We watch that show, but it's kind of few and far between because there's so much other stuff, and I've been watching Passions, the old NBC soap opera. I found it on YouTube, and I've been watching it. Excuse me, almost got through the first year the show's been on the air for. So I was catching up on some shows, and I watched like 2 or 3 episodes of MasterChef today, and I think we got like 3 or 4 more until the end of the season. Which I believe, if I'm right, the last episode of the season might air this week, and then we'll be ready for fall lineup to come around. Um, let's see. Been watching General Hospital every day during the week, usually in the evening times. Sonny got shot. I don't know if he's gonna wind up being a mobster in a wheelchair or what's gonna happen with it. It's a weird storyline, but I guess we'll see how it plays out. I was watching some old outtakes from the show on YouTube last night, and it was kind of funny. I got laughing so hard at a couple of things that um, there was a scene with Michael and Morgan and Sonny, and it was old episodes. So it was back when the little redheaded boy was playing Michael, not the one when he was really little, but the one I can't remember the little boy's name, but and then you had Morgan, who was a different kid than what they have playing him now, obviously. And Morgan was sitting there. Sonny and Michael and Morgan were sitting there, and Morgan was picking his nose, and Sonny and Michael were doing their lines just fine, and then they had to start over because Morgan was the one picking his nose, and nobody was really paying attention to him until they announced it on the set, and his little face got either white or red, and he was a little embarrassed, and they started laughing, and they had to start over. So that was cute. Alright, the last video didn't work so well, so before anything happens that goes wrong, I'm going to go ahead and close this one. Like, fave, share my videos, Megan Shepherd 81, meganshepard81 at gmail.com. Thank you.